I break into a run, push onto the plane and sink into my seat. As we take off, I give smog-swirled New Delhi the finger. Goodbye and good riddance, India. I hate you and I'm never, never, ever coming back. Chapter 1. Through the Looking Glass. I have a dreadful long-term memory. I only remember 2 traumatic events of my childhood. My brother's near death by drowning, and my own near death by humiliation when I was rescued by a lifeguard while attempting my first lap of butterfly in the local pool. I vaguely remember truth or dare kisses in the back of a bus, aged about 12, dancing to My Sharona at 13, behaving like an absolute arsehole in my adolescence, and having a hideous hippie phase involving dreadlocks and tie-dye when I was at university. For my 21st birthday, my parents gave me a plane ticket and a blessing to leave home in Australia for a year. This middle-class rite of passage had become a family tradition. My mother had hitchhiked around Europe in the 50s and wanted us all to experience the joy of travel before we settled into careers. My trip through Europe, Egypt and Turkey is a bit of a blur, and recollections of the 2-month tour of India on the way home are vague. I can see myself roadside squatting and peeing with women in wonderful saris, sunset games of beach cricket with a trinity of fat Goan men named Jesus, Joseph and Jude, and the white bright teeth of a child rickshaw driver wearing a T-shirt printed with "Come on Aussie, come on." I recall angst, incredible anger, deep depression, and a love-hate relationship with the country, but I can't remember why. I'd filed the soothsayer, his prophecies and my vow never to return under young stupid rubbish, and let it fall deep into the black hole of my brain. Until now, a month short of 11 years later. As I walk into the plane in Singapore, a seed starts to sprout in the blocked sewer of my memory. A seed watered by the essence of stale urine and the whiff of vomit coming from my window seat, where the pink and orange paisley wallpaper artfully camouflages the spew. The high-pitched, highly excited jumble of Indian voices almost germinates a recollection. But after too many going-away parties involving too much indulgence, I'm too wasted to let the bud bloom. I fall asleep. Somewhere over Chennai, I become aware of an increasingly rhythmic prodding of my inner thigh by something long, thin and hard. I open my eyes to see a brown finger with a long curved nail closing in on my crotch. The digit is attached to a scrawny old Sikh in a turban sitting beside me. He is slobbering and shaking with excitement. I'm too sleepy, shocked, and for some reason too embarrassed to scream, so I buzz for sisterly assistance. An air hostess with big hair, long nails and drag queen makeup slowly strolls over. She looks cranky. "What? This man is touching me when I sleep?" I bleat indignantly. The hostess rolls her eyes and waggles her finger. "At me?" "Well, stay awake and don't let it happen again, madam." She wheels on the spot and strides off, swishing her nylon sari. Months later, a friend will tell me that many Indian trolley dollies are rich girls whose parents pay a massive bribe to get them a job involving travel and 5-star hotels. These brats view passengers as pesky intrusions way beneath their status and detest doing the job of a high-flying servant. But right now I'm flawed, abandoned and angry. I stay wide awake and alert until a hostess with a mostess sprays the cabin with foul-smelling insecticide. She aims an extra jet directly at my head. I can almost hear her thinking, "Slut germs, no returns." It's now that I remember that India is like Wonderland. In this other universe, everyone seems mad and everything is upside down, back to front, and infuriatingly bizarre. I'm Alice, fuzzy with feelings about my previous trip down the rabbit hole. I'm now flying straight back through the looking glass to a place where women are blamed for sleazy men and planes are sprayed when they fly from a clean city to a dirty one. In this world, we applaud a dreadful landing that's as fast and steep as a takeoff. We jump up and tackle fellow passengers in a scrum at the door while the plane is still moving, and the air hostess gets off first. I get off last to be embraced by the cold and clammy smog. The cocktail of damp diesel, swirling dust, burning cow dung, toxic chemicals, spicy sweat and sandalwood wraps me in memories. The soothsayer and his prophecies of a decade ago boil to the surface of my brain. For the old bloke did give a good handjob. My friend Nick got married soon after we came home. She then quickly popped out 2 gorgeous girls and has never come back to India. I'm still single, and at 33, by Indian standards, I'm a spinster to be pitied. I've had good jobbing. Only days ago I finished my last morning show on the Triple J network. I've interviewed famous actors, crazed celebrities and brilliant musicians. I've talked with an audience I admire, and I've enjoyed a lifestyle of travelling, film premieres, theatre opening nights, music gigs and festivals. I've left the best job in the world for a country that I now remember hating with a passion, and I've done it for love. My boyfriend Jonathan is the ABC's South Asia correspondent based in New Delhi, and after a year of yearning, soppy love songs and pathetic phone calls, we've decided we can't live apart. I look to see if the toilet cleaner is here to gloat. A different tarmac welcoming committee emerges from the mist. 5 men with massive moustaches, machine guns and moronic stares, each of them clutching his own penis. I then spend hours inching along an impossibly slow passport queue comprised of harassed foreigners, while Indians swan past smiling. It takes half an hour to find my bags in the midst of a screaming and jumping porter mosh pit, and another 20 minutes to have my luggage x-rayed again. By the time I am near the exit, I'm frantic that I'm late for my most important date. I rush down a long exit ramp that gets steeper and steeper, pulling my trolley deeper and faster into India. I hit the bottom with a bump and fall over. Dazed, disorientated and dusty, I sense a strange sight and sound emerging from the smog. A huge hurricane fence appears to be alive. It's rocking and writhing. Fingers, toes and small arms reach through wire gaps. Heads poke over the barbed wire, and mouths pressed to the steel groan and moan. Taxi, taxi, madam, taxi, bakshish, money. Before I can pick myself up, an arm breaks through a hole in the fence, grabs my bags, and starts to disappear back into the misty melee. I begin a tug-of-war with the person I can't see. I start to scream. Stop, come back, I'm getting picked up. No, you are too late. Your car not coming. I am taking you, yells a voice from the end of the arm. Could he be right? Could Jonathan have come and gone? Or been held up on a story? My doubt weakens me, and I lose my grip on my bags and fall flat on my back. Then, through the smog, a tall being with a familiar grin emerges. Jonathan rescues me, grabbing my bag from the invisible man and me to his chest. I'm momentarily comforted. Then I pull away and hit him. You're late, I wail pathetically. Jonathan recoils like a wounded boy. This is hardly the romantic reunion we'd pictured, and not how I wanted my new life in a new country to begin. Jonathan bundles me into the ABC car with the promise of a stiff drink and a warm new home. We drive slowly through New Delhi's winter streets that seem like hell frozen over, or perhaps purgatory. I can't see beside or beyond the car. Foghorns hail from huge trucks sailing too close for comfort, and every time we stop at a red traffic light that impossibly instructs us to relax in large white uneven letters, a ghostly torso or a gaunt face with an expression straight from the scream rises from the milky depths. Long, skinny Addams Family fingers rap on the window. Death knocks from beggars. I shrink from the beings as if they're lepers, and then realise many actually are. Still freaked from seeing bits of people through the airport fence, I'm now scared by seeing people without bits. We stop at a huge black gate opened by a very small man with an extraordinarily large moustache and an even bigger smile. It appears he has won a beauty contest of some sort, as he's wearing a white pantsuit with a red sash that says West End. Beyond Mr. West End looms my new home. I hit Jonathan again. I've left a sunny apartment by the sea in Sydney for a dark, dingy first-floor flat on the intersection of 2 of New Delhi's busiest roads. Inside, the flat is large but lifeless. Its white walls are stained with diesel and bordered with dark wood.